Welcome to Learn Fingerstyle Guitar, Fingerpicking for Beginners. This is lesson number 4. If you haven't taken lessons 1, 2, and 3, just go to the description below to get started, and that'll lead you to lesson number 4. Today we're going to be learning the G chord, or a very simple two-fingered form of a G chord, with the finger picking pattern that I showed you in lessons 1, 2, and 3. So once again, if you haven't taken that, go down below, take those lessons. This will lead you right back here to this lesson 4 with the G chord. So if you're ready for this lesson, here we go. So today we're going to learn a G chord, and this is a really popular chord in music. In fact, in bluegrass music, it's probably the most important chord. For finger picking, definitely. For pop songs, definitely. And let me just show you what that chord is, okay? So if you remember, this is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, okay, the strings. And if you recall, this is the first fret, second fret, and third fret. So what we're going to do for the G chord is we're going to be up 3 frets on the 6th string, okay? But we're going to play it with our ring finger. You can even strum through. Now if you're having problems with the note buzzing, it could be any number of reasons, but most likely these. One, you're too far back and you're not close enough to the fret. You have to be, as I said before, right below it. Okay. Now you shouldn't be fretting it. You shouldn't have your hand flat like this. You see how flat. I have it arched, okay? There's a little bit of an arch, so all the other strings that I'm going to hit are going to ring out, okay? The other problem that you could be coming up with, too, if your hand is hurting or you're pressing too hard, I'm really pressing very easy on this. I'm not using very much force, okay? Classical guitarists like to take their guitar, and instead of resting it on the right leg, they'll rest it on the left leg. And they'll even get a footstool so the guitar is up, okay? And what this does is this allows your hand to be in the perfect clamp to where you have good mobility of all your fingers, okay? So if I was to move back here, they would be, in this kind of position, okay? Up higher. Okay, but we're going to stay on the right leg, okay? That's how I learned how to play, and millions of people play that way. So if you're having a problem, just remember it could be the hand position issue, or you're too far below, not close enough to the fret. Now the actual chord is, there's 3 fingers to it, and let me show you what the second one is. The second one is 2 frets up with your on the 5th string with your middle finger. Okay, and so I'm doing both of these, okay? That's the chord we're going to be working on today. Just 2 fingers. Now the actual G chord, believe it or not, is with your pinky 3 frets up on the 1st string, okay? So if you want to get bold and try that, you definitely can. We're going to be learning that chord later on down the road, but to get you going with the song quick, I just need you to do just these 2. So it's this string, and 3 frets up, and then the 5th string, 2 frets up, like that. Okay. So get your hand ready in the position. I'm just strumming through. Now, if you recall the picking pattern in the 3rd video that we had for the E minor chord, we actually, on the right hand, we actually skipped over a string. We started on this. Okay, now let me get my E minor chord going. Okay, I should give you proper hand position, okay? we used this picking pattern where we were going back and forth and alternating our thumb. And skipping over the 5th string. Now, we were still fretting this even though we were not using that actual note. The same thing's going to happen with the G chord. Okay? So we're going to form our G chord. And we're going to go ahead and play that the same strings and the same pattern that we used for E minor. Okay, so after you learned this G chord, okay, and you work on playing this chord, I promised you that I'd show you a song that was one of my first songs that I learned when I was a kid, and it sounds something like this. And let me just play it for you, okay? So these are all the same chords that you have already learned, and the 4 chords that you've learned. You're about to learn the G chord. So if you can practice that chord, what we're going to be doing next is we're going to learn that easy song. Okay? So practice the G chord. If you have to go back to lesson 1, 2, and 3 again and review it, go ahead. It's good to get these in your brain, and get ready, because after this lesson the fun is going to start. So I'll see you for the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.